Hey everyone, and welcome. So, AI tools are absolutely everywhere these days, right? But what happens when you build one from the ground up, specifically for language teachers? Today, we're going to dive into a new platform that claims to do just that. We'll look at the exact problem it's trying to solve and see how it actually works. Let's get into it. All right, here's a quick look at what we'll cover. We're going to start with the big struggle many teachers have with generic AI. Then, we'll introduce this specialized tool, break down its 5 core advantages, check out some real-world results from the classroom, and wrap up with its core philosophy, seeing AI as a partner, not a replacement. So first up, let's talk about the problem. Why are so many teachers feeling, a little frustrated with these powerful but kind of generic AI tools? And this is really the heart of it, isn't it? The big promise of AI was that it would save us all this time. But for a lot of teachers, the reality has just been a whole new kind of busy work, trying to get useful material out of systems that just weren't built with them in mind. I'm sure this whole cycle looks painfully familiar to a lot of you. You start with a great lesson idea, but then you fall into this black hole of searching for the perfect prompt, writing and rewriting it over and over, only to get back something that's super generic or sometimes just flat out wrong. And then you have to spend even more time fixing it. It's exhausting. So the big question is, why does this happen? Well, it's because these generic AIs, as smart as they are, they just don't have the specialized knowledge a teacher needs. They have no clue about second language acquisition theory. They've never heard of standards like ACTFL or CEFR. They completely miss the cultural nuances, and they basically force you to become a prompt engineer, which is a whole other job. And this brings us to a really important question. After seeing this common struggle, you have to wonder, what if there was a completely different approach? What if an AI was built with the teacher's needs at its very core from day one? And that question leads us straight to the solution we're looking at today, the BAIonic language teacher. It's an AI platform designed by an educator for educators. Now, the whole idea here is built on expertise. This isn't some tech-first gadget, it's an education-first tool. We're talking about over 30 years of real-world, in-the-classroom teaching experience that has been baked right into the system's logic. So every single thing it creates is shaped by how students actually learn a new language. And this is the guiding principle, the North Star for the whole project. The goal here is not to replace the teacher, not at all. It's to act like a super-powered teaching assistant, one that handles all the tedious, time-sucking busy work so that teachers can focus on what they do best, connecting with and inspiring their students. Just look at the difference here. It is night and day. On the left, you've got that frustrating 5-step loop we just talked about. And on the right, the process is dead simple. Pick what you need, click a button, and get a high-quality result you can use right away. The change to your workflow is just massive. Okay, so how does it pull off that super streamlined workflow? Let's break down the 5 core advantages that really make this thing tick. The first, and maybe the most important advantage, is that the AI basically thinks like a seasoned language teacher. Its output isn't just correct, it's pedagogically sound. It's already aligned with professional standards, and for those teaching Hebrew, it really gets the specific linguistic challenges and the crucial cultural context you need. Next up, we have 2 advantages that tackle some of the biggest daily headaches for teachers. First, you can forget about prompt engineering. It has hundreds of expert-level prompts already built in. And second, differentiation. That huge challenge of teaching a class with different skill levels? With just a click, you can create multiple versions of the same material, each one tailored for different students. So what does all this add up to? Speed. A lot of it. The data shows that the workflow is up to 6 times faster than fiddling with the generic AI. Just think about that. Something that used to take an hour of trial and error might now take you 10 minutes. That's a huge amount of prep time handed right back to you. And finally, it's about having everything you need in one spot. No more jumping between 5 different apps for text, for lesson plans, for images. This thing does it all. You can create worksheets, dialogues, assessments with detailed rubrics, even warm-up ideas and cultural content, all in one place. Okay, so the theory sounds great, but what about in the real world? Let's actually hear from some teachers who've been using this and see what kind of impact it's had in their classrooms. First, let's hear from Ronit in New York. And wow, her feedback gets right to that promise of efficiency. Saving 15 hours a week? That's a total game changer. And she points out that the automatic alignment to standards was a huge reason why, because it cut out so much manual work. Next, David over in Paris talks about the effect on the students themselves.
He noticed that because he could quickly create fresh, culturally relevant content, his students were way more engaged. So it's not just about making the teacher's life easier, it's actually making the learning experience better.
And I love this last one from Michelle in Toronto. She really nails the benefit of a specialized tool. She said it was the first one she found that actually gets it, that understands what a language teacher needs and just gives you the right result without a ton of explaining. It's like having the perfect assistant.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together and come back to that core idea. What does it actually mean for your day-to-day work to have an AI that's truly a partner?
So how do you know if a tool like this is a good fit for you?
Well, it's pretty simple. It's definitely for you if you want to save a ton of time, if you need high-quality materials that are pedagogically solid, and you want to stay current. But hey, if you actually enjoy tinkering with prompts for hours, or if generic content works just fine for you, then it might not be what you're looking for. And this right here is the main takeaway. The whole point of this technology is to take over the mechanical, repetitive stuff, all that busy work. And by doing that, it frees you, the teacher, to put all your time and energy into the stuff that really matters, the human stuff, teaching, connecting, and inspiring your students.
So we'll end on this question to leave you with. If tools like this get really good at handling the what of teaching, the worksheets, the materials, the plans, it really pushes us as educators to focus on the how and the why. Maybe the teacher's new superpower isn't crafting the perfect handout anymore, but creating that perfect light bulb moment for a student. Definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.